Javan and Mira. Javan, you have 4 votes to save and Mira has been raptured.
So it was very obvious to me that there was a plan in place to drag Jon down and get him out that round. However, that kind of blew up in Mira's face because she ended up going out, and I'm just glad that it did not go the way they wanted it to.
Shocker. So Mira going home was kind of a shock. It was a blessing and a curse. It was a blessing because it is kind of funny to see someone's plans fall down like that, but it is a curse because she probably was the biggest target in the game, and so to see someone like that kind of just like go away means that that target can move and potentially move to me.
Pretty excited that I did win a comp, that I did find myself safe for a vote. However, then you're also removed from all of the gameplay. And I thought, okay, I'm getting some great information from being in this smaller group of people who are all safe. We're exchanging information and it's great. And then you realize, but I've missed everything that happened in the larger group. And that does not feel like an advantage, may I just say. It felt quite isolating. There's a cost to being safe.
Welcome to your 4th Omni competition, Holding Steady. For this challenge, the 12, 13, 14, did I count? 15. The 15 of you will be competing for Omni.
It is now my duty to inform you that the first 3 raptured contenders will be facing off in a battle back at the end of the night. So you already have a 1 in 3 chance at re-entering the game.
Wait, at the end of the night? I thought I was the only one going tonight.
The night will end with a buyback of one of the first 3 eliminated players. So you do have a 1 in 3 shot at coming back into the game after we finish round 3.
All right.
And time for the video. Good evening, contenders. I'm sure you've noticed that this competition is not only an Omni trial, but also a buyback. Welcome to Holding Steady. The players who were eliminated in the previous rounds have the opportunity to win their way back into the game and possibly even become the Omni for the round. This challenge is simple. Be the player to hold up their blocks the longest. We'll start with 3 blocks, and every few minutes, we'll add 1 more to make it more challenging. The eliminated player who lasts the longest will be returning to the game, and if they last longer than the rest of the players, they'll also become the Omni. Otherwise, whoever lasts the longest will become the Omni. But wait, there's more. Whoever comes back from being raptured will be safe this round, whether or not they become the Omni, because they are granted 1 round of safety to help them gain their footing back in the game. They will not participate in the power of redemption nor the power of protection, but will get the opportunity to vote as long as they don't win this competition and enter the gates as the Omni. Any questions? Then let's begin.
First of all, buybacks are not fair. You're out of the game. Stay out. I don't want you back in here, especially when I said your name and you went home. Not fair unless I'm in jury.
Three, 2, 1.
So for the buyback challenge, I was like, oh my fucking god. I was like, this could be a game changer so early on. I didn't expect something like this quite this early. I'm hoping that Noah doesn't come back because he does seem like to be a messy player. But I would love to see Mira come back because that is someone that I think I could trust, and I think it would be good for her game to have that storyline.
So I was just raptured, and turns out I have a chance to get back in the competition. And it's those goddamn Jenga blocks. I did the large version of this before, and it's really hard to do that. So I was hoping since it's little, I could do it. I was still so tired. It was even later than the other challenges. It was the last one of the night. Oh my gosh, I was exhausted. 1, 2, ride my bicycle. 1, 2, ride my bike. I want to ride my bicycle.
So the next Omni trial is holding steady and you hold those blocks together. And I was like, okay, I might have a chance at this. And I'm just doing it. And my abs were hurting. I don't do core workouts. I go to the gym, but I'm not doing sit-ups. I'm doing everything but sit-ups. So for some reason, holding my arms like this the whole time, I would it hurt my core.
So now that you guys have all had practice, you can set down your blocks. We're gonna go to 4.
I know, right?
What?
Becca wins. Okay. Start to pick up whenever you'd like. I'm gonna count down from 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You got it.
Coming into this battle back, the person that dragged me down to the pits and took me out of the game, and the person that I gave the halo to in round 1 are the 2 people I'm competing against. If I come back into this game, who am I gonna target?
Not make it any more obvious.
Throughout the competition, there was lots and lots of singing. And girl, okay, Avril Lavigne I can fuck with, but I was like, what are you guys doing? You're just gonna fuck yourselves up, you're gonna just fall and shit. So I didn't sing one word.
She calls up her friends, they already know, and they all got tickets to see a show. She tags along and stands in the crowd with something the man that she turned down.
So as I'm playing this holding steady comp where we have to hold Jenga blocks between our hands, I did not have confidence in myself going into that challenge because that's not my strong suit. However, the singing during that challenge was extremely annoying, and I wish it was socially acceptable to tell people to just shut up.
He was a skater boy, and he said see you later boy, he wasn't good enough for her.
I don't see how people are sitting here and trying to make this game into a High School Musical scenario and they're keeping it all together whenever my fingers were cramping before I even picked up my motherfucking blocks.
Attention! You can put it down.
Yeah!
We are going to 5.
Put it down all night.
We're too good.
Avril Lavigne called me and said she wants to speed this shit up.
So, Jenga. If you saw the Mr. Beast 1 to 100 challenge, that was my elimination, was Jenga.
I can't touch.
So the second I saw those blocks already, I was like, karma. And I thought, no, I'm just determined. I'm going to do this.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, out.
I don't know what happened on 4. Honestly, I was trying to just test it out and I waited too long in the countdown to test it, and then I just didn't have them together solidly enough and they fell right at the count.
Mark is out.
Oh, well,
Chloe is out.
I thought it'd be a lot easier than it was. I put a little bit too much pressure on the blocks. So the first one was fine. And then as we started to add more, and I just wasn't thinking about the more pressure you put, the more it's gonna not hold as well. You can't push them super tight. I was gripping it.
Seb is out.
That's not a good song.
Strategy going into this is just try and keep my elbows locked on my sides in a comfortable position and keep tension on the blocks. I'm gonna try and pick them up slowly at first just to get a good feel, rest, and then go up as soon as he says go.
I'm hearing the other girlinas singing and I'm just thinking to myself, you gotta focus. But then they start singing, I think it was The Phantom of the Opera, and I just like couldn't help myself.
Javan is out.
So I lost focus and then I dropped.
I can go the distance. I'll be there someday. If I can be strong.
It's time. Drop your blocks. Good job, everybody.
One of the people who ascended is going to essentially come back to the game. So, spoiler, I don't want Mira to come back. That's definitely for sure. Sedona, you know, I could say fate. I do a vote to save you. So I can always use that. But I see Noah. I see the homie. I didn't want him to go out. So Noah coming back right now would be the most beneficial for me, my alliance, and for himself. So I'm rooting for Noah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everyone is good. Mira has been eliminated.
I just have really shaky hands. So, like, I did real well until like 6 blocks.
It's the reprise, bitch.
And then everyone started fucking singing louder. Like, really loud and off key.
Trevor is out. 7 plus 2 players left. Lydia is out. 6 plus 2.
Honestly, what I'm thinking is I should just drop and go to bed. But I kind of get in the zone. People start saying we're having a good time, and then I kind of just keep sticking with it. People keep dropping more and more.
Dresden is out. 5 plus 2 left.
So at this point, my arms are shaking, my hands are hurting, people are singing terrible show tunes in my ear. I want to kill everybody. I hate all of them.
Y'all are having a lot of fun, so set your blocks down. 3, 2, 1. Jon is out. Jon V, there is 4 plus 2 left.
There's still one over there?
2 of them. Here, Jon.
From the window. Sorry, I didn't know.
Noah has made his way back into the game, but will he win Omni?
Congrats.
I'm set. Noah is out. There's 3 people left because Becca just dropped. So, Noah, would you like to take off your halo? You are back in the game.
Y'all thought you got the angel out of this game, but you didn't get the devil, because guess what? I'm back, and nobody gives Noah Salvatore first boot.
Nate just dropped. JoJo or Charlie will be
People keep dropping. I hear that Noah wins the battle back, which I'm thrilled about. That is of the 3 people in the battle back who I wanted. I want to win this. Just to know how this round will shake out, but also just for myself.
You 2 can drop your blocks. We're at
I don't even know how we're doing this right now. I'm tired, I'm cranky, and I just need Charlie to drop his blocks.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And he's up, and we have a winner.
Let's go!
Charlie, congratulations on winning the last Omni for the night / morning. And the rest of the night, do whatever you'd like.
So Charlie wins. I can't be any more happier. You know, so Charlie's someone I've been trying to ride with this whole game. So the Golden Gates, I guess, closed down for the night, and now we have to sit on knowing the fact that in the morning, you know, 3 people gonna be put in the pit.
So seeing Charlie in the Omni, we kind of had like some pretty good conversations, and we've really vibed really well together. And we haven't necessarily made like a deal, but we've just like let each other know that like we are 2 people that we think could get along and could go far in this game.
So I may have blacked out a little bit on Friday night because apparently there was a buyback, and I see Noah sitting there the next day, and I'm like, what is he doing here?
Almost every single person is like, I'm so glad it was you. I'm so glad it was you. I knew it would be you. Except for one. Lydia, you haven't smiled at me. You haven't congratulated me. You haven't even talked a game with me since I've been back in this game. And I don't think you realize your name is going around. And it's not because of me. But you are the one that gave me the halo in week 1. So I don't know if you're just afraid of this cute little blonde West Virginia boy. But we're going to be sending you packing real soon.
So Noah, having been first boot, comes back in the buyback. I did feel like he was somebody I could potentially work with because he had been burned by so many people that it maybe wouldn't hurt too bad that I also did not vote to save him. So Charlie wins Omni, and I'm ecstatic because me and Charlie, for some reason, just clicked instantly.
I knew with Charlie being the Omni, I wasn't in danger. We're cool. We're really cool. I like Charlie a lot. He's very sincere and genuine and authentic.
So a lot of people are asking if Becca and I know each other outside the house. One person even asked if we were engaged. No, we don't know each other. We have no plan with each other. I walked in and she was making coffee and offered me a cup, and after that it was just fireworks and we hit it off. We were each other's ride or die from there, and she's just a great person and I'm ready to play with her.
I mean, right now, working with like Becca and Jon and everybody, I think we're all kind of working together right now, which kind of makes me really nervous because eventually one of us is gonna have to go, or we're gonna have to like start switching things up. And it makes me a little nervous just because I don't really know where I stand with people quite yet. Everything's happening really fast. So I'm trying to get a good handle on that situation.
So, I don't know, but we haven't had a chance to talk since we both got nominated or whatever. I knew coming into the day that I had some talking to do. I feel very close to Javan. It's very beneficial because he listens to me. We can bounce ideas off each other. I think he's a really great asset to my game. I think everyone knows that we are working together. So that's something bad about it. It's right in the open. But obviously I won the competition and went upstairs, right? Yeah. And it was just me and JoJo for like half the time.
I honestly don't remember from who. I'm playing like...
And he said that, well, this is the thing. You actually went out because people think you and Javan are a pair, and that's why I put you up. And people told me to specifically us.
You and I? Okay.
They think that
is untrue. People are correct.
They are, but apparently someone heard us say, oh, I got you back.
So I'm really liking working with Trevor because he seems like he really knows about strategy in these games, and I'm good at the physical comps, but I'm really, really not good at knowing the strategy.
Yeah. And I can tell like you're smart and I want to play with you.
I want to play with
what
you.
I need to do to play this game is play with smart people, and like I feel very close to Charlie is what I felt, but I didn't think Charlie like knew that. So I needed to make sure I go to him and be like, hey, listen, Chloe and Javan are great and people know that I like them and work with them, but they're kind of like aloof and they're not super strategic, but I can tell you are.
I have a decision to make, and it's not easy. I don't intend to put you up, is what I'm feeling right now. Because we haven't had a lot of chance to talk in game. But, you know, you've made that every time you want to talk. I like your vibe. So what I want to happen this week is I want to make picks that aren't necessarily going to backlash on me, but I think will make sense from other players' perspectives. Javan has never been in the same room as me because he's been safe when I'm not, and vice versa. So we just haven't talked. I think he would understand. It makes a lot of sense. Other people on my list, like Dresden, for example, we haven't talked a lot of game. He's been very kind, especially in that first round, but just someone I don't have a lot of insight into. And Jon, I am trying to talk into going in strategically so he can have the power of the drag or save himself, but it's kind of the will of the house that he be there anyways. So if I can set that up and not have that bad blood from putting him up from him or from Lydia, I'm not mad about that. Scary from this side too. Guess let's go. This was a very difficult decision, as it always is. Only gets harder each time. So I'm told. I hope we all realize that this isn't reflecting any way I hope this round goes. I'm still open to working with anyone mentioned. Just reflects where I am at in the game right now, and things always change. The first person is unfortunately Dresden. Just feel like we haven't talked a whole lot of strategy in rounds, but you've been very kind to me, and I hope we can work together in the future. Second person, similar reasons, Javan, fortunately. We talked about it. We've just, one's been safe, one's been in danger, just have not linked up yet at all. And the third person is Jon V, tit for tat.
Now that I'm in the pit, I might as well turn into bad bitch Dresden on these bitches. No, but in all seriousness, I feel like this could go either way. If I don't win this upcoming pits competition, I can at least get a sense on if I have those numbers in my favor like I think I do. The votes tell you more than what one person who is holding the power does sometimes.
So Charlie wins the Omni, and he ends up putting me, my bestie Dresden, which I'm absolutely not happy about, and Jon V. I did not see this coming at all, me being put up by Charlie, because we had a really good conversation in the morning. Definitely want to work with you.
Absolutely.
And it seemed like he was really willing to work with me and establish like a good relationship. So I'm not sure like what has went wrong there, if he's actually targeting me or Jon V, what his thoughts are about me.
I know me and Charlie are cool. We come up with a solution that it would be best if I get nominated because it separates him from me. And at that point, they won't drag someone who's close to us because now their wires will be fried. They don't know who Charlie's close with and who I'm really close with. They're gonna think now everyone's against me.
Now that I'm in the Golden Gates and made my decisions for who goes in the pit, I'm relieved that that's over. It was not fun and it was not easy, and I hope I did not make any enemies, but I'm curious for how this round plays out, and frankly, it's one I am glad to not have my hands in so obviously directly. Jon going out here possibly is something that I'm fine letting others do if that causes some schism, so I can kind of be on all sides. I think if that happens, it's going to open up a lot of relationships for me.
So for the 3 nominees, I was kind of upset to see Dresden up there. He's just another like super flamboyant gay black man, and we just like hit it off like right off the bat and just like cackle and like have a good time. So I was really sad to see him put up there because I didn't think that he'd be necessarily targeted so early in the game.
Attention contenders, every one of you, including the Omni and the jury, will be taking a short survey to help out with our next competition.
It is gorgine out here. It is a beautiful morning.
Hello contenders, congrats on making it to day 2. I know the Omni is already upstairs after the Ascension, but I would just like to let you know that this point forward, there will only be one winner of the Power of Protection competition. The rest of the leftovers will be vulnerable at the drag down. In addition, the Power of Redemption and Power of Protection competitions will be the same competition. And of course, the results will be calculated separately. As in, the pit's cursed players will have a separate winner, a second place who wins the power to drag, and a third or last place who gets nothing except a forceful kick back into the pits. If no one has any questions, let's get today going with the safety competition.
So now that we're in day 2, the Power of Redemption and Power Protection comps will be run in the same challenge simultaneously, with one winner from each side winning their safety.
Welcome to your first ever joint POP/POR competition. It's titled Halo Chop. This morning, everyone, including you, the Omni, and previously raptured contenders, took a quick survey about people who are still in the game. The goal of this competition is to correctly guess who the majority of people answered for each question. Every player who answers correctly will get the opportunity to come up here and snip one of the wings of one of your competitors, whether they are a part of the leftovers or in the pits. Once both wings of an angel are clipped, someone can choose to snip the contender's halo off and eliminate them from this challenge. Everyone who answered the question correctly will get the chance to snip a string, and the order will be randomly decided by our fishbowl of fate. After each question, you may continue answering questions until your angel has fallen. Once we only have one winner from the pits and one winner from limbo, this competition will end. Are there any questions? Question 1. Who is the funniest contender? Okay, everyone reveal the answers. The answer is Chloe. Keep your answers up if you said Chloe. So we're gonna go JoJo. Come snip someone. And who will you snip? We have snipped a Jon.
No.
Jon has 2 lives left.
This is where battle lines are drawn. JoJo can pick anyone he wants, and he goes directly to Jon V. And at this point, he is not JoJo. He is Joe, Big Brother, Early Boot, Sleazy Joe.
Next is Jon.
I'm not going to chop anyone who's not in the pit, because essentially, I don't want to be last. I want to be first or second.
Will he go for revenge or try to win his part of the competition? Javan has been snipped. Next one is Lydia.
Oh my.
Lydia has snipped a Dresden. Next is Dresden.
The challenge gets presented to us, and I see that it is more of a socially motivated challenge. Cutting people from the challenge when we get the power to do so. Not only am I going to be paying attention to who's going to be trying to cut my strings, but I'm going to be paying attention to who is cutting whose strings, because if I can find cracks, I can maybe grab onto those numbers as well.
Dresden. Dresden snipped Lydia right back. Now Trevor.
Me and Nate were the only two left to chop. And I knew I wanted to chop Jon, but imagine I chop Jon and Nate doesn't finish the deal that first round, and somehow like Dresden or Javan get out, and then Jon's second, and he sees I tried to chop him. I'm definitely being pulled down, so it was like super risky, and that's why I was like, can we talk? Because I need to ask Nate, like straight up, what are you doing?
Are you gonna do someone from the pits or over here?
Okay, Jon has been snipped, and Nate might snip Jon's last halo off. Sorry, Jon. Jon. Jon has been eliminated.
So that was my first priority in Halo Chop, and he ended up being on the same page, so we chopped Jon out. I was very happy, because then I knew Dresden or Javan, they wouldn't pull me down, so I felt like I could take a breath.
Question 2. Who is the biggest hero so far? 3, 2, 1. Okay, we have Charlie, Nate, Javan, Nate, JoJo, Charlie. The correct answer is Charlie. Alright, first we're gonna go with Chloe.
No, we're not. I don't make this decision. No! Don't do this.
Dresden has been snipped. Next is Dresden.
I love you, Jason. That's
okay. Next is Mark.
I don't like this.
Javan has been snipped, and which means that Javan will get the power to drag, and Dresden has won safety.
I won a competition. But who knew? I think not only am I safe from being in the official pits, but I think I'm in a safe place in this game, and the fact that my strings were the last to be cut is an indication that I'm solid and I'm not going anywhere anytime soon.
Next is Seb.
So we're playing Halo Chop, and I immediately take my whiteboard and marker and write "cut me" on it and show it to a few of my allies, because I definitely want to be in limbo this round, especially with Jon in the pits, and to try to pull off our plan to move more numbers forward and stay in the majority for the votes.
Okay, Seb has snipped Lydia and JoJo. Lydia is not going to be safe from the drag. The next question is, who is the biggest villain so far?
So my thought process behind this game with Halo Chop, for the negative questions, say a name that is obvious, Jon. And for the positive questions, say a name that is obvious, which is my girl Becca.
Okay, Jon V, Chloe wrote herself, Jon V. The correct answer is Jon. We're gonna go Seb.
So I love Halo Chop type competitions. They're just really fun to just strategize in the middle of the comp, and as well, like, kind of like, you know, really put your cards out there. That was very nerve-wracking. I'm so sorry for this.
Seb has cut a Trevor. Dresden goes. Okay. Chloe got snipped. Next was Becca.
Don't worry about it.
So in the Halo Chop, I actually didn't want to get any of the answers right, so I didn't have to chop anybody, because everybody obviously was taking note of who chops who.
We snipped a Seb. Hey, Mark, one. Thank you. Well, Dresden's out. Mark. Okay, a Nate was snipped. JoJo and Trevor. We have another Chloe snipped. She's one left. And last, this round.
My bad.
Trevor snipped himself. Okay, question 4. Who has flown under the radar so far?
Yeah, so we took the quiz pretty early, and I was kind of going through the answers and trying to figure out like who other people would vote for, just so that my answers aligned with them. So I was trying to think about other people's interactions, like who was really funny, like, and you can't answer yourself, but I was trying to name somebody who I thought wouldn't be an option for other people if it was something that I thought people were voting for me. So that way there wouldn't be, I guess, like a secondary person that would be getting more votes than me if I was the answer.
And reveal your answers. Dresden, Lydia, Becca, Seb, Javan, Lydia, Trevor. The correct answer is Lydia. Going first is Chloe.
So during the challenge, I get the answer for who is most under the radar, and that is a double-edged sword because it's perfect. It's right where I want to be. I'm throwing challenges. I'm trying to just be friendly and non-threatening so that people don't know that I can actually play, and they are looking at way bigger targets over me. But it's a little bit scary that the majority voted me under the radar, because now I'm not so much under the radar if everyone knows it.
Oh my god.
You did me!
JoJo has a snip.
Revenge.
Nate snipped a Mark. Next question. Question 5. Who deserves to win this season? Deserves to win.
I thought it was all kind of awkward, except for like the nice ones where it was like, who was funniest? Who does this? Who do you think might win? Who's like, and then it starts getting shady where it's like, who do you not want to win? Who like is flying under the radar? That stressed me out so bad. I was just like, girl, no one. I don't want to pick that yet.
And reveal. We have a Becca, a Nate, a Charlie, Javan, Charlie, Nate, and Charlie. Charlie is the answer that was chosen. Mark goes first.
As it got down to be a few more people and I was still up, Jon turned to me and said, remember what we talked about yesterday, we need enough people down here on the floor to vote to keep our numbers. So I cut my own string for that reason.
Snip yourself. Okay, Trevor. Killed himself in this challenge.
And broke Chloe's neck.
on my because.
Becca has lost 1 life. Next question. Who will win this season? We have Jon V, we have Charlie, Mark, Nate, and John. The correct answer is Nate. So Nate from Snip.
I know the one that said, like, who's gonna win the game was one of the ones I believe that I put myself as the answer, but I was the only one that got a point because the answer was me. I was like hoping I could still fly under the radar because people are obviously starting to pick up that I do have like a pretty good social game so far, and I'm doing at least somewhat well in challenges.
Probably I'm just gonna take down your liver, girl.
Thank you. Who do you want out next? Jon V, Nate, Jon V, Jon V. The correct answer is John. Matters now, so that's why I'm doing red. Okay, Mark has been eliminated.
It was a relief because I knew I needed to be there because my vote was needed downstairs. So I was fine with that.
Nate has been snipped. Seth, please snip. Nate has been eliminated. Becca, please snip. As a reminder, only 1 player will win safety. Becca has snipped Seb.
I chopped Seb twice because he just has been very like under the radar, and it's not like him and I don't have any interpersonal relationship, I guess, built or repertoire.
Final question. Who is/was your closest ally still in the game? Becca, JoJo. JoJo said Becca, correct? And then Seb said JoJo. So the correct answer is JoJo. Becca snips first. Will she choose to end Seb's chance or 1 down for herself? JoJo has 2 lives left, and Seb and Becca have 1.
My strategy in this competition is just chop to my heart's desire. I see 1 string left, I went swoop, 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 swoop. And so like, oh, Nate, you only have 1 string, whoop. Oh, Becca, you only got 1 string, whoop.
Okay, Seb obviously finished me, so I was not safe. And I get it because, you know, I chopped him twice, and then in that, you know, it is what it is. Like, it's not personal when it comes to that.
2 players left. Who do you trust the least? Reveal, please. We have John and John. The correct answer is John. The first to snip is JoJo.
Who will he shoot?
Will he snip himself or gain safety?
So come down to me and said, obviously I'm gonna snip his string, let him loose, and I'm gonna go to the Golden Gates.
Me, I'm
Yes.
I did not want to fuck that up.
JoJo, would you like to come up here and Dresden? Congratulations on winning the power protection, and congratulations, Dresden.
We out of here.
Congratulations, Dresden.
I always wanted to say that.
On winning the power of protection.
Good luck, everybody.
I'm safe, thank God. I'm up here. I just need people down there to work their magic, and at this point, John's gotta go.
Because John dropped first out of the pits and Javan dropped second, that means Javan gets the power to drag someone. You guys will have a little bit of time to discuss and try to sway Javan's opinion.
So my bestie Dresden ends up winning, which I'm very happy about, but it does mean I have to drag someone else down.
Yeah, I am a little cautious about like who Jon V is aligned with, just because he already obviously knew Mira going into the game. It's like, who else did he know?
So this round, Javan has won the power to drag, and with Jon V in the pits along with Javan tells me that he wants to pull someone into the pits who's close to Jon V to try to weaken our side numbers and Jon V's numbers, because of the previous round where it was proven that he had people with him that were working with him that had his back. So like if you put somebody in that's like working with him, they're just gonna vote for each other. So I explained to Javan that if he votes somebody in that's close to Jon V, they're just gonna vote each other, and you're gonna have to be forced to vote one of them, giving them an extra number this round technically. So I said, pull someone in that's close to you, because then you guys can vote for each other and Jon V has to vote for one of you.
Like, I don't know if they're just trying to confuse me. I think I'm gonna drag down Lydia, just because of the relationship between her and Jon V.
Javan has the power to pull someone down into the pits. Who have I been wanting out this entire game? Becca. Who am I close to this entire game? Javan.
But, like, what are you thinking? I don't know what to do. I think I should try down.
I go to Javan and he's like, everyone's saying I should do this, I should do that, I should do this. And I'm like, Javan, what about if you pull Becca down? And he's like, Becca? Should I do Becca? Why Becca? I'm like, just trust me, do Becca. Wink, wink. I think if Jon stays,
We come up the class. Do you want to talk to them?
I think if Becca's in, she's not.
Alright, you can report this way. So you got 30 seconds and then you're back.
I was thinking about who to drag down because I'm just strategizing with Trevor, and he mentions Becca.
I'm coming in.
Okay.
Or put it on red.
It was very stressful in the moment, and I didn't know where the votes might lie with her and who she's aligned with.
What are you thinking? It's okay.
I don't know. It's honestly probably either you or Lydia. So,
Okay.
just to be
That's fine.
completely honest.
It's fine. You're good. You got my vote.
I am so confused about the strategy right now.
I kind of figured I was gonna get dragged when Javan told me it was either me or Lydia, because Javan knew that I would vote for him in the pits and not Jon V.
It is time for the drag down. Javan, you can now make your decision.
Okay. This was a very confusing round for me, and I honestly don't know, but I have to choose. I'm gonna have to choose Becca.
Okay, so the Rapture people in the pits will be Jon V, Becca, and Javan. You guys can now all go talk about who you want to vote to save. Come back here to the kitchen for the Rapture.
Becca getting dragged into this pit is kind of confusing because there's obviously two sides, but I guess there's 2.5 sides. This works for me because now it limits the number of votes that will pile against me in favor, because now they have to pick between Becca and Javan to save.
I was fine with that because at that point I felt like Becca was not really working with me, and I felt this undertone of some other alliance that it felt like she was being a little bit elusive. So I was fine with her being there. I was leaning toward saving Jon. It wasn't even a leaning, it was a certainty. And I was thinking of him, and Charlie and I both were thinking of him, and Lydia as well, as a shield for us to move forward.
Who do you think? Because I was forced to move towards Becca, but I think Jon. And I can tell.
So Becca gets pulled up, and that's my main goal, is get her out, right? I have 2 goals: get Becca out and make sure Javan stays because he's my #1 ally. How do I do that while, like, at the same time, while Jon's a huge target? I'm like, okay. I was fucking running around like a chicken down there, being like, don't vote Becca. No, she has enough. She has enough votes. Vote Javan.
I'm so nervous.
This group of people still treat me like a ghost, kind of. They're all like, yeah, I'm happy you're back, but they don't want my vote. And it comes down to, I'm starting to see the sides in this game where Jon needs me and Javan needs me, and Becca's just like kind of dismissive. Like, I feel very dismissive of her game, so I'm gonna do the same thing she did to me. I'm gonna look her in the eye and say, yeah, you're fine this round. And I'm just gonna work on what furthers my game.
I
Okay, cool.
think we'll be fine. Either way. So as I'm talking to everybody around, at the end of the day, I know they're gonna vote the way they vote. I just was kind of just testing to see, what to expect. So whenever I was talking to them, just kind of talking strategy, like obviously Jon V is like distrusted right now. He was voted most likely to win. He was in the survey also voted like who wants to be like taken down the fastest.
This vote, although I love Jon V and I love Javan, this is not a vote to save. I have been spending the past 2 rounds, planting seeds, making sure that people see that Becca is this big threat. And so hopefully my plan comes into fruition. So fingers crossed.
I know I want Joe out. Becca and him exposed their own hand in this, Halo chop where they were asking who's your #1, things like that.
It was not appreciated. Yeah. That has absolutely changed.
Becca coming in here, I could do 1 or 2 things. I could get Javan out, who's a big threat, or I want JoJo so bad to get out, so I could just cut off his right hand. I mean,
Because I know you're going after JoJo, so it's just like.
So my pitch is gonna be basically strokes to Javan and be like, me and you've been here a couple of times. Why don't we just, have like a mutual respect and save each other and just get Becca out?
I mean, I feel like it's a little bit common courtesy. I mean, you've been down
But
here a while.
yeah, for sure.
Hello, contenders. Welcome to your first rapture of the day, your 4th overall. There'll be 10 voters. We have 3 people in the pits again, the 3 cursed ones, Jon V, Becca, and Javan. We're gonna give them a few seconds to maybe say why they want to be safe or why they want your vote. And we'll start with the first couch as always.
It's sad to see that people have drawn some lines and openly. And if I come back, I'm gonna remember who are my friends and who's not my friend, and it's gonna be a war. So just keep me around. I'm obviously a shield right now. Utilize me.
All right, thank you. Becca, you can go.
A vote for me is a vote for Bella.
Bella.
Nah, I've talked to you, so good.
Okay. Javan.
I feel like I'm really good friends with everybody in here, so I hope that connection shines through to the next round.
Well, we're all 10 of us gonna line up at the stairs.
Today I'll be saving Javan.
I am voting to save Jon because it's just too soon to break up our team.
This might backfire really badly, but I vote to save Javan.
I'm voting to save Jon.
Hi, America. I vote to save Javan.
So this might be the death of me, and it's like the worst fucking thing possible, but I'm really trying to get both Jon and Javan to stay. A lot of people are voting Becca, and I was trying to convince them to vote Javan. I hope it worked, because I want Becca out. So I vote to save Jon.
I'm gonna save Jon V.
Well, I hope this hurts you, JoJo, so I'm gonna save Javan.
I would like to save Javan.
So I vote to save Jon V. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Hi, everyone at home.
Everyone, the votes have been tallied. For the first time ever, we have a tie. The vote, 5 to 5 to 0. With 0 votes, Becca, you have been eliminated and raptured from the game. Jon and Javan both received 5 votes to stay. And you can say anything if you'd like.
No.
You can walk upstairs.
Yeah, so I got raptured with 0 votes, and there were 5 liars. And for me, like, I'm frustrated because I am not a liar, and I think that's what hurts the most about it, is like, I don't sit there and tell you I'm gonna vote for you if I don't. And the thing is, you're not required to say that to anybody. So I had 5 different people say, oh, I'm gonna vote for you, and they all lied.
Take it personally. Oh, baby, come here.
So now that I'm part of the jury and in the Golden Gates as a raptured player, there are 5 people I am definitely not voting for to win that. Jon V, Javan, Mark, Chloe, and Noah, because they definitely lied, and I'm not a liar and I don't accept it.